Today on Forbes, Hired Hand Billionaires 2025. These 48 executives got rich working for others. Most billionaires got rich by building businesses or inheriting big bucks from someone who did. Yet a small but growing group of current and former American executives have managed to amass three comma fortunes as very well-paid employees. Altogether, Forbes found a record 48 of these hired hand billionaires in 2025, up from 29 a year ago. And that count is sure to keep climbing thanks to soaring share prices and sky-high executive pay packages. The average annual compensation of the 10 highest-paid CEOs in America shot up more than sevenfold from $46 million per year in 2010 to a peak of $330 million per year in 2021. According to data firm Equilar. Most Americans build their wealth through a salary or hourly wage, but top execs are often paid in stock options and other share awards that vest over several years and are often tied to performance. And that's increasingly the case, with the average equity component of CEO pay packages growing from 54% in 2012 to 66% in 2023. This, according to executive compensation consulting firm Semler Brossi. That's helped the best-paid CEOs in the U.S. keep getting richer, even as the average pay of the top 10 chief executives has actually fallen post-COVID, to a still enviable $125 million per year in 2023, the most recent year for which full data is available. Because the stock market has continued to climb, with the S&P 500 up nearly 370% since 2010 and nearly 25% since 2021, the value of the shares many of these executives were awarded in the past has skyrocketed, helping the rich get richer and making more companies big enough to birth non-founder billionaires than ever before. Back in 2010, only 7 of America's 403 billionaires were hired hands, accounting for just 2% of the country's richest people. That's included 6 former executives who are also on this year's list: Steve Ballmer of Microsoft and Eric Schmidt of Google, the 2 richest hired hands by far today, as well as Jeff Skoll and Meg Whitman of eBay, John Brown of medical equipment maker Stryker, and Hamilton Tony James of Blackstone. The 7th, former Cisco CEO John Morgridge, has since fallen from the billionaire ranks. 15 years after 2010, hired hand billionaires are still relatively rare, but their numbers have increased at a rate that outpaces the incredible growth of America's 3 comma club overall, suggesting that the 10-figure fortunes minted by these current and former non-founder executives aren't just the result of a rising tide lifting all boats. Today, 5% of America's nearly 900 billionaires are hired hands, up from 4% when Forbes last counted them in February 2024, when there were nearly 760 U.S. billionaires. There are 18 newcomers in this year's group, including Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai, FICO CEO William Lansing, SpaceX President and Chief Operating Officer Gwynne Shotwell, former Tesla Chief Technology Officer J.B. Straubel, longtime NVIDIA Director Harvey Jones, and Howard Lutnick, who left his role as Chairman and CEO of financial services firm Cantor Fitzgerald to become President Trump's Secretary of Commerce in February. AMD CEO Lisa Su is the only hired hand on last year's list who failed to make the cut this year, as shares of the chipmaker she runs have cratered by nearly 30% over the past 12 months. Meanwhile, early Uber employee Ryan Graves and Bob Muglia, the former CEO of cloud-based database software firm Snowflake, have regained their billionaire status and returned to this year's ranking after failing to make the 2024 list of hired hands. A few of the notable newcomers to this year's list include Vasily Shikin, the Chief Technology Officer of marketing software and mobile game maker AppLovin, whose net worth is $1.9 billion as of May 13th. John Winkelried, the CEO of TPG and the former president and co-chief operating officer of Goldman Sachs, whose net worth is $1.9 billion, and Larry Culp, the chairman and CEO of GE Aerospace and chairman of GE Healthcare, and former CEO of Danaher, whose net worth is $1.5 billion. For full coverage and to see the whole list, check out Matt Duro's piece on Forbes.com.